Today I'm gonna talk about the value of the film Green Book. Green Book is a film made by director Peter John Farrelly, and the subject of race is used throughout the film. The film's protagonist is set in 1962, a time when the cultural context was still discriminatory against non-white races. In 1962, attitudes towards African Americans differed between the South and North parts of the United States. This concept is also reflective in the movie, which one of the main characters is an African American pianist, Donna Shirley, who hires a white driver, Tony Lip, to serve him when he tours the South in the U.S. Then Donna Shirley begins his journey south, but the discrimination against blacks in the South under that era is very serious. And along the way, Donna Shirley gave Tony Lip a green book to follow during the trip. The book was guide black people to be able to drive in the South in the unfriendly state of African Americans. The book is meant to guide blacks on their journey to find shelter in state that is unfriendly to black people in the southern United States. This is why the name of the movie is called Green Book. The reason is about the movie is set in 1962 is because African Americans were in midst of the people rights movement, which can be found in Wikipedia. The civil rights movement began in 1954 and ended in 1968. Civil rights movement. The North and South of the United States had different economic focuses, with the North being more industrial in nature and the South being primarily agriculture. The development of the agriculture required labor, so African Americans without basic rights could not get a basic education in the South and ended up only doing the most basic jobs. Even after the civil rights movement, slavery was abolished. Discrimination against African Americans in South and North still existed, especially in the South, and the basic human rights of the African Americans were not guaranteed. The author's choice of such a historical background as the tone of the film adds a sense of gravitas and provides the tone for the film's depiction of racial issues. John, the decisive event in the promotion of the civil rights movement, is mentioned that in the text as the boycott of segregated buses in Alabama. This event gave impetus to the pursuit of racial equality. Such a political background brings more significance to creation of the film, which can bring out the importance of the racial equality and let people feel the impact of racial discrimination. The main character in the film is such a political environment. There is a very impressive scene in the film. The main character, Donna Shirley's car, breaks down on the road, and at the same time, he looks into the eyes of the black farmer in the field, silent but loud. The film is shot in depth to recreate the historical context, making it very thought-provoking. For racial discrimination, the film also has a lot of embodiment. For example, for racial stereotypes, because in the past, black slaves were prohibited from owning pigs or cattle, but they could raise chickens, and since chickens is very delicious, and over time, fried chicken has become the exclusive food of black people. Many people use fried chicken to humiliate them. It has gradually become a symbol of racial discrimination. In the film, Donna Shirley eats fried chicken stems. The movie depicts the protagonist from the beginning of the discriminatory color to mutual understanding and finally became the most understanding of each other's confidence, expressing the concept of peace. So far, the topic of race has always been worthy to people's consideration. Discrimination has always existed, and the film filmed the era of such a journey, more like a journey across race and color, identity and status of humanity. Many details in the movie express the concept of racial equality and call for people to treat different races equally. Diary 71 in the article. It is stated that 19th century racial thought repeatedly intertwined science and aesthetic, which shows the deep rootedness of white thought, that the fact that society was still dominated by white thought, reigning and image. In the text, it is mentioned that white people should direct their minds to respect the racial difference between the white and black people more than the intertwined friendship relationship to achieve equality. I believe Tony, the main character in the film, accepts Donna's ending is to express white acceptance and black difference in order to guide the public to accept such idea in order to achieve social equality and integration. Racial discrimination is still present in this society nowadays. After the movie Green Book was shown, such a story appeared on the internet, stating that a white police officer arrested an African-American criminal and kneeled on one knee at the neck of an African-American, caused the African-American to lose consciousness during the kneeling pressure and die in the emergency room after the ineffective resuscitation. The incident caused the wide public outcry and drew attention to the fact that many people are demanding that the government pay attention to deep-rooted racial ideology of government officials. The fact that we live in a world where racial equality still needs to be developed shows that the film deeply restores the state of racial difference in society. And through the content and details of the film, it calls for racial equality and expresses the ideal state of society. The film used the historical background of 1962 to better emphasize the important point of racial equality. The political context of the civil rights movement bring important meaning to creation of the film. The development of society requires people to stop being prejudiced in their thinking, and through the film, it conveys the ambition to hope for racial equality in society. This is all my presentation.